Hi, I'm Gabriela from Tulip Art Designs, and if you are a creative who likes to sketch and draw simple things for relaxation, then that's the place for you. In today's video, I show you a very easy way to draw tulips. I use my flower cover guide. So if you're ready, grab your supplies and let's get started. Hi, so today I have a nice book, flower cover guide, so I really like it, and I thought I can draw a tulip because it's spring and it's nice. So I have the book here, and for the materials I have a watercolor paper. I use Archie's and it's cold pressed because of the nice texture. Then I have Winsor & Newton watercolor Cotman collection. I have different sizes of watercolor brushes. I have my Princeton snap collection, and I have around 26 and 10. As I said, I have some water, some paper towel, extra palettes to mix my colors, of course some pen, jelly roll pen in case I want to add some details, and I have a pencil for my sketches and the eraser. I want to show you very easy way of drawing a flower from a photo, and it's also extremely relaxing. We just need to see what are the main figures and elements, and we know that this is quite vertical, so to make it easy I will draw this central line, and then I will just draw or sketch quickly. Then we know that everything can be drawn starting from a geometrical form. So I have this oval here, and then we have another one here like this, and then one more somewhere here, let's say like this, and then we have the oval here. Okay, and then we see very nice colors, and I will really make it super sketchy. So I have one petal here, and I have one more over here, something like this. Then this one I also see just two petals, so one here and then one more over here. And for this one, let's say we have like this, and also one here and one in the back. That's all from my sketch. I see one leaf, a very small one here. Then I will grab my pen. I will use 0.5 and I will just sketch and see if my pen works, and if it doesn't, then I will grab a new one. And let's just draw the stem, then the leaf. I will just leave it like this, not really finished, and then I will add some texture here and there. maybe small detail lines like this. Just to create a nice feeling. And then here like this, and then for my petals, what's the secret to draw a flower is you don't have a really straight line. They're all natural and they all look winky, or these are funny words, but yeah, you can just improvise with this. So I'm just adding a few lines, making it darker here in the bottom like this. And I don't have a recipe for these tulips, but I just sketch what I see. And the thing is that you can choose which part from here to bring to your to bring to your paper, you know, like it's your paper and you decide what to capture and what to remember. So if I don't like to remember this small hole here, then I just don't draw it. I just skip it, and that's fine. Then I move to my next one. Like this. And one more petal on the other side. Some lines. And then it's in the back, so I will just do this. And I will stop in different positions these two lines from the stamp, just to make it more artistic, more fun and more nice. Then the line that's on the bottom, I will make it a bit darker. It will look like there's a little bit of shadow. So if you don't know where to add your shadow, it's always on the bottom part, like here. And this is because your sun comes from the upper side, so it looks more natural when you add the shadow on the bottom. And then the third one. So first I just make the main line, and then I add some detail lines. And I make some of the lines thicker for this time. For these lines, for the thick ones, you can also use the brush, but remember that the brush is not waterproofed. That's why I leave it for the end in case I want to add something more. And the stem. Let's say until here. And like this. If you want, you can add some detail lines on the stamp as well, like something small like this. it's really up to you. The nice thing about making illustrations with ink and watercolor is that with these lines you can add as many details as you like and it will always look nice. It doesn't matter if you like it more clean or if you like to really put a lot of details, it's always nice. The next step is to clean my illustration, so I will erase the pencil because once you put watercolor on top of it, then you cannot erase it. Just the watercolor works a bit like mask, and it will fix the pencil, so you will not be able to erase it anymore. But I think I did a good job here. Now I want to use wet on wet technique, which is my favorite and like my go-to technique when it becomes to ink and watercolor for relaxation. And if you follow me for a while, or if you have my course, then you for sure know that. And for wet on wet, you can add first water and then throw paint, or you can also add very light watery paint, and then you can just grab directly from the pan and then tap it here. So let's grab dark green and start throwing in some of this dark color, and it will just bleed super nicely in our first layer. And because I really don't like waiting and putting next colors, which is extremely nice for watercolor and when you want to make a realistic painting, but because I just do it for relaxation and waiting is not my strength, so I just want to make something quick and fast. Then I will throw water here, very messy. Then I will grab some yellow. Let me pre-wet my watercolor so it will be easier to work. So some yellow, and then I will just throw it in like this. And even if I leave some white spots, that's also fine. Just making a mess is nice. For me, the hard thing is to let it go. So I had to practice a lot until I know how to let things go here and how to just explore. Then I have some oranges and reds, so I will just do things like this. And you can see how the colors just bleed in each other. It's quite nice. And because I'm using wet on wet, it has these nice bleeds. Okay, maybe a bit dark here in the bottom, like this. Okay, Then for the other stem, just quickly like this, and then some dark. I am tapping next to my line like this, and just let it do its job like this. I wash my brush, grab some very watery paint and just go here, and if you touch a part that's still wet, then it will just bleed in your paint. So keep in mind that, for example, here, because my first stamp is still wet, it bleeds in my other one, but I don't mind because I will still add some of this dark color like this. And let it just let it bleed. So that's it. You can stop here, or you can add extra dark, like detail lines, maybe next to your lines. Let's say a bit of dark green, and it's wet on dry technique because our first layer is already dry, so it will not bleed in it in the first layer, but it will stay where we touch with our brush like this. And that's also for the tulips. Let's say you want a bit more contrast, then you grab some very concentrated paint and you just go in, and because it's still wet, it will bleed. I will not have the concrete lines, so like this. So that's nice for the 100% cotton paper because it keeps the water inside for quite a while, and you can definitely do such things, and it's so relaxing when you just see how the paint works and what you can do. Or just having no control is already quite relaxing, and once we learn such a thing, then our art process will become extremely relaxing. The last thing I want to do is just to make some splatters some fillers with my watercolor, and I want to add a little bit of white jelly pen just to bring the light back and to make it a bit more contrast. For this I need this to dry completely. Okay, now that it's dry, I want to quickly add a little bit of jelly roll pen, and what I usually do is I add it next to my black lines, and I add it where I have the most dark parts, so this will be quite a nice contrast. Like this. And sometimes it's a continuous line, sometimes I just make it in parts. Like this. So I really like this effect that you get when you add these white lines. And it's really in the darker spots next to my black lines, and that's it. I don't want to overdo it, but just like this. I will add a few more here and in my leaf, and I'm almost done, like this. Then I will grab my brush number 10. I will take a bit of red and you need quite concentrated water. If you want to not put paint on your tulips, then you can cover them. Or you can just go for it. So like this. I'm quite happy and I like it. So that was it. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. And if you did so, please subscribe for my channel so you will not miss any of my videos. Happy creating and see you next week. Bye!